no sales to, hey, we have to be protected to go into Home Depot, Menards,
along with the fact that we didn't know what the heck we were doing.
And we were just so frustrated because we only had 6 that worked, and all these people wanted to buy them. What are we gonna do? So then,
you've heard of Apple, you've heard of Amazon starting their businesses in garage. Well, today we're here to bring you Socket Shield. They are a new invention that got picked up by Menards, and we're gonna tell their story to see maybe if you can do it too. Let's get into it.
Hey y'all, coming on in. Welcome to Socket Shield's World Headquarters.
That's right, yes sir. All right, so we love your shop here. You got the trucks, you got the cars. What a vibe. Let's see the product. Show us around.
do the viewers at home or you, Joe, know what these are?
Yes, sir. These go into the outlet. They're a pain to get off. You use a butter knife, you shock yourself.
Right,
it's no good. Right. I never did that, but that's the stories you hear.
You've heard about it.
I've heard about it, yeah.
So the reason that we invented Socket Shield is because these are junk. So the reason that Socket Shield is so great for the end user is because it gives you the ability to make your outlet child safe while also has that nice clean finish that's not ugly like those pesky plugs. So Alex will demonstrate how it works.
Yeah, so we want it to be as easy as possible for the parent and grandparent to still access the outlet, but tough enough for little ones to not. So the reason you're going to your outlet is to actually plug something in. So your plug is actually the key. Plug actually disengages the locking mechanism. You gain access to your outlet, and as soon as you're done with it, you literally shut it. It's automatically locked again.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then every unit can also be made just aesthetics mode. So every unit can be bypassed. So say you don't have any little ones crawling around, but you like the way that it looks, every unit doesn't need to be unlocked. So Alex will demonstrate that.
Yeah, so this is a piece of tile, essentially. So the door just literally slides back and forth, no key required. You plug whatever in, and you can literally put your outlet away.
That's awesome. Now you're on Menards. How did you get onto Menards? What did that look like?
Well, funny story. We reached out to some people trying to figure out, we had some downtime for whatever reason, I can't remember exactly now, but we were trying to figure out what we could do to grow our business with said downtime. I think we were having some manufacturing issues with tooling, blah, blah, blah. But we were like, well, eventually we're gonna try to get in a big box store, so we need to figure out how much space is allotted. How much does it need to be a hanger? Do they want it in a PDQ box? All these things that we didn't really know anything about, but we figured out along the way. So I went to our local Menards and they said, hey, go to the bottom of the website and try to navigate it that way. And all we were trying to do was figure out how much space was typically allotted in a big box store. Menards was the #1 store that we frequent here locally.
Okay.
So that was the reason we went with Menards first. And then it was just one guy was sending me to the next guy, one lady sent me to the next lady, up the chain we went, and I ended up talking to the electrical merchant at Menards. And he was like, so what is your product? He gave me all the information. He's like, so what is it?
Hold on, let me interrupt him here.
Let's hear it.
So 3 days before this phone call, we just finished putting together our pitch deck because we never had one. And like he said, we had some downtime, so we're like, let's get the things that businesses have, like pitch decks together. So this cat goes, do you guys have a pitch deck? And Alex said,
yes.
Yes, we do.
Sure do.
And he said, well, send it over to me. So then go ahead.
So then we tell them about the product verbally, which is hard to understand. Video is perfect because nobody knows what it is still really. But video and a pitch deck goes a long way in explaining the product, explaining the pain points, what the process actually is of the product. So it was actually pretty neat. And then he was like, well, can you guys supply us with some products, some samples? And at that time we could, for sure, so we did. And then it's been good ever since.
Because we went from no business to we're positioning ourselves to be big business. Not, hey, I cut grass. I cut 3 lawns this week. I'm trying to cut 5 next week. We went from no sales to, hey, we have to be protected to go into Home Depot, Menards,
along with the fact that we didn't know what the heck we were doing.
Yeah,
we never developed a product. We never invented anything. We didn't know anything. So we had to lean heavily on people, friends, family, our circles to bridge those gaps and figure that out as we went.
Awesome. All right, well, what if we go take a look at the product on the table and what it looks like to assemble it real quick?
Sure.
Sweet action. All right, follow us over there.
A little bit of everything. So this is the main area that we do most of our assembly. So the product actually comes in these boxes you see over here. Then Austin and I do our hard work and due diligence and literally put them all together, generally right here, and then we package them up, ship them out.
Awesome. What are we looking at?
So at the early stages, it was strictly just figuring it out. What made the most sense? How do we put it together? What was the most time efficient with Austin's Toyota background? I think it's called Muda. You're you're deleting basically wasted movement. So we kind of played with it a bunch. We did a ton of time trials to figure out what made the most sense.
Time trials?
Time trials.
Like how
Tons of
fast
them.
can you do it?
Yes.
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
Any guesses who did it faster?
Let's see. Comment below. Comment below. We'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, who did it?
It was me.
Yeah, I
and,
believe it. That's
and
good.
for you Zoomers out there, time trials is another way of saying speed running.
So basically, as time got, orders picked up, selling more assembly, obviously required. We got this bad boy here. This is our spring separator.
Okay.
So what this does is it literally does exactly what it says. It spits out the springs because whenever they come sent to us in a bag, they're all tangled together.
Oh, yeah.
They are quite literally a pain in the butt to take apart.
I get you.
So we were wasting entirely too much time just taking the springs apart. So this little guy here is the spring separator, as I said. Basically get your one spring, put it in this little slot here. Make sure you put it in the right orientation. Make sure it bounces. I screwed
And
it
for
up.
the viewer at home, this comes assembled, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
no,
Yeah.
no
You
sense.
don't have to.
problem.
We're
Not
just
your
showing
problem.
this off for fun.
This is
Sweet.
what we do every day effectively.
He's loving this, by the way.
Every day. Every
So-
day.
This is literally his job.
So Alex typically does not put doors together. I work out every morning, and my rest pause, I set the dumbbells down, if you will, and then I put 5 to 6 socket shields together, and then I pick them back up. So my rests are putting doors together,
That's legendary.
and then Alex is gets the doors pre-assembled to him, and then he puts the doors on the frames.
I do this part.
and he does the fulfillment.
So, oh, there you go. You already did it.
Yeah.
Sick. Man, so clean, so classy.
Something we haven't covered yet is we do offer the duplex, which is the 2 rounds. This is the most common. And then we also have the GFCI, which is the rectangular. So you see these most around sinks or backsplashes, things of that nature. But most common is the duplex.
And a crazy thing is we thought people were going to buy these specifically for the child safety aspect, but based on our backdoor analytics on our personal website, socketshieldUSA.com, we found out that more people are actually buying them for like backsplashes and for more decorative applications. And then that's when we changed our advertising from just child safety
Yep.
to aesthetics.
Another big question we get asked too is when we're at these shows and these presentations, a lot of people ask is, do I have to have an electrician to install this thing? No, you do not. All you have to do is be able to work a screwdriver. A lot of people think it has to do with the outlet itself. It's literally just a wall plate. It's 1 screw out in duplex and 2 for the decor. Easy peasy.
Easy. I love it.
Yeah.
So actually his wife replaced an outlet while holding his son. So she did it one-handed. It's that easy.
That easy. One-handed, easy. And
See what you're doing while you're doing it. Ding, ding.
Oh, so just screws are included with every order. And then we slip it in this little poly bag. And then we got a picture with all our verbiage, and that's actually my son, Bo. When we did this photo shoot, he was actually, he was just like 1.5, I think. Don't tell my wife that I can't remember his exact age, but he worked for Snacks that day. It worked out really good. Super cheap.
that's legendary. Well, yeah, don't tell his wife. We don't need him to get canceled just yet. That's not good. Well, let's hear about how you guys sell it back at the chairs.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So, business model. How are you guys selling these things?
So first and foremost, we sell them on SocketShieldUSA.com. That's our website. You can get them best there. We do provide free shipping. Austin's been nerding out on the YouTube, Facebook, all that kind of thing. That's not
Yeah.
really my lane, so I just let him run free with it. And he's got some stuff figured out. And then he was doing some back-end analytic things on some videos that he was posting. And he's like, I'm telling you right now, this video has the legs to go viral.
Yeah, I actually remember the video that he's referring to. I was texting. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was just freaking out about the analytics on the retention and the amount. I was getting over 100% view rate, which means people were rewatching it. I was averaging over 100%. And I'm texting Alex. I was like, this video has legs. I've never seen analytics like this. And I felt like a crazy person because I was like, I really think this is going to do something. And we never put any money behind any of our videos. I said, let's throw $100 at it. And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. So we just spent $100, and we woke up the next day, and we were at over 100,000 views on YouTube or on Facebook and TikTok.
Okay.
And so we were just like, this is crazy. And then an hour later, we're 120. 2 hours later, we're 140, and it just kept going and going and going. So today we're at over 200,000 views on those two platforms. And that's what the crazy thing. We're like, awesome. We taught all these people about Socket Shield, how it can affect them, how it can benefit them. And we just thought, Spike the Football. We got over 200,000 views. And then.
And are they all going to Amazon at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ClickFunnels was to Amazon. And so we're just so excited that, we're getting these, our numbers are up on every website, Facebook, on YouTube, on our personal website. We're at like 1,400% more views on our website.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was so fun. We're like, this is great.
14,000.
14,000. Yeah. So then Alex gets a phone call from Georgia, and he's like, "That's spam. Not answering that."
Of course, dude. I get spam calls all day. It's not even funny.
I don't ever suppress them because you never know. If it's somebody important, they leave.
If they leave a message,
it's true.
So by the time that he got back to his phone, he had gotten a LinkedIn message, an email, a
messenger on our website. And then he was like, "That's weird," because to get all of that at once. And then he listened to the voicemail. "Hi, my name is, and I'm with the electrical department at Home Depot. We found your product this weekend, and we would like to know if you from the video.
We would like to know if you guys want to come down." So then Alex, grabs his phone, calls her. "I'm so sorry I didn't answer your call. I've been busy." And she's like, "Yeah, you guys were super interested in meeting and learning about the product." And Alex did the thing that he's supposed to. He said, "If you don't mind me asking, how did you guys find out about us?" And she said, "To be honest with you, someone much higher up at Home Depot than me found it this weekend." Where'd they find it? They found it on social media.
Yep.
And they reached out to her boss and said, "Why do I not know what this is?" So her boss then gave it to her to reach out to us. And she reached out.
That's awesome.
So then we drove, what was it, 8 hours?
Yeah, that's what it ended up being in traffic. But
yeah, we drove 8 hours to Atlanta, Georgia, Home Depot World Headquarters, kind of like Socket Shield.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but just a little different.
Just a little different. Tighter security, for sure. And we pitched to them, and our only goal was to get on their website, because that's what we did with Menards. We got on their website. 18 months later, we're going to be in all stores. Mm-hmm. And so we walked in like, "Hey, we would really love an opportunity to be on your website." And they said, "Okay, is that all you want?" We said, "Well, we want to get the ball rolling." And they said, "Well, we want these in front of customers today. Can we do this?" And we said, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, how about 100 stores?" Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks ago, we got a phone call from the same guy. He said, "Do you guys have enough inventory to do 300 stores?" Well, 300 stores is a lot more than 100 stores, but yeah, we can swing that.
Yeah.
And so
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Of course. That's what you say.
That is our mantra, is we'll figure it out, because we're not ready for 100 stores, but we're not going to tell them that.
No.
Because by the time the contracts are signed, we'll be there. We're ready for it.
Legendary.
100%.
So how did you come up with the idea for this?
So that's a great question. We actually have to go back in time. I was in grade school, and a local kid got shocked. And so my teacher said, "I want everyone to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes giving me a solution to help your little brothers or sisters from getting shocked." Mm-hmm. So everyone else stood up with house rule number 1 or a little jingle, and here I stood up with a drawing, and all of my classmates laughed at me because they thought that I failed the assignment. And so I thought, this is a good idea. I'm just not going to tell anyone about it. Until, fast forward to about 8 years ago, my wife was 6 months pregnant, and she went around the house plugging in those dang pesky plugs. And I was so frustrated in the fact that I had this better solution, but I couldn't go to the store and buy it. It wasn't made. I had to make it. So then I started doing a little tinkering, a little prototyping. Then I reached out to this guy, explained it to him on the phone, actually. And over the phone, he said, "That's awesome. Let's do it." So then I sat my 6-month pregnant wife down, and I said, "Babe, I know a lot's going on right now, but I'm going to start a business." And she said, "You're crazy, but I trust you." So you come full circle to where we are today. We have a product that's patented, trademarked, made here in the U.S., and something that I do with my brother. Seems like every day.
That's awesome.
We actually made our own parents sign NDAs whenever we were telling them about it.
Yeah, because
mostly to be funny, but it's also kind of funny to also be able to tell people that we could do that.
Clickbait. You got clickbait. That was in the intro.
But that kind of brings us back to the crazy experience of everyone we showed it to, we had them sign an NDA. Hey, this is a big secret. Hey, it's not patented yet. We have to have you on an NDA. And then the first time we ever launched the product was at the Evansville Home Show, and we actually brought a much less effective product than what you see here today. It barely worked. We only had 6 that worked. But we had a full booth, and we had, all these people coming up to the booth, and they said, "These are awesome. Where can I buy them?" And we were just so frustrated because we only had 6 that worked, and all these people wanted to buy them. What are we going to do? So then that gave us the confidence of, hey, it's not my mom telling me that she's really proud of me and it's a great product, but it's not. We had real people with real money saying, hey, I want to buy this thing. And then that really we never turned back.
That's awesome. So stay tuned.
Real quick, I do have one thing. If you've made it this far into this podcast and you haven't at least subscribed, you've been enjoying this the whole time, and you haven't subscribed, he's going to keep making this content. Subscribe. It's so easy to like. It costs you nothing. And a comment does so much for Joe. I mean, a like, a share, a comment. I mean, let's do it. It's not hard.
Thank you. Dude, legendary.
Right.
That's it. And so if you guys want to watch another video, if we're done, unless you have anything else to say. Okay, right here, you know the drill. Click right here. There's a video just like this. All right, see you next time.